Grand Rising, good day, and good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars, Tarot. Let's go ahead and give Odin a treat. Here you are, sir. Thank you so much. All right, the totem for this message is going to be a meerkat. All right, I do have some word that I wanted to share with you all real quick before we get started. I'm going to be reading from the book of 1 Baruch. I'm going to be reading from chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 26 and then I'm going to finish the chapter, so till verse 37. There were the Nephilim, famous from the beginning, that were of so great stature and so expert in war. Those did not Yahuwah choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge to them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom, and perished through their own foolishness. Who has gone up into heaven and taken her, and has brought her down from the clouds? Who has gone over the sea and found her, and will bring her for pure gold? No man knows her way, nor thinks of her path. But he that knows all things knows her, and has found her out with his understanding. He that prepared the earth forevermore has filled it with four-footed beast. He that sends forth light, and it goes, calls it again, and it obeys him with fear. The stars shined in their watches and rejoiced. When he calls them, they say, Here we be, and so with cheerfulness they showed light to him that made them. This is our Elohim, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him. He has found out all the way of knowledge, and has given it to Yaakov his servant, and to Yashar his beloved. Afterward did he show himself upon earth, and conversed with men. All right. All right, before we get started, I do have a brief announcement. I will be hosting a live Q&A this coming up Friday. That'll be April 11th in 2025. It is just $10 US a question. You are more than welcome to book your question in advance by sending $10 to my Cash App. My Cash App you can see on the whiteboard right there. You can also find it in the description box of my videos. If you would like to book your question in advance by sending a payment through Cash App, just be sure to include your question in the comments of your payment. If you are unable to use Cash App but would still like to participate in the live Q&A, you are more than welcome to utilize YouTube's donation features during the live to book your question. I look forward to seeing all those that choose to participate, and thank you all for being here. All right, y'all. I hope you all are doing well. I just want to share something with some of you all, just to like give you a little bit of like lifeline of like, no, you're not dying, and yes, you are going to be okay. So ascension can be really uncomfortable at times, and so oftentimes we will experience things that would feel like, oh my gosh, I'm terribly ill, I have fallen severely sick, I'm experiencing horrible bodily symptoms. What is this? Is this a variation of the sea monster? I'm not a medical professional, and all readings are always for entertainment purposes. But one thing to keep in mind is you very well could just be experiencing ascension symptoms. And you'd be like, ascension symptoms this bad, to the point to where I feel like I'm having high fever, and I'm shaking, and I'm sweating, and I'm dizzy, and I'm nauseous, and I'm having abdominal pain, and I'm experiencing all of these symptoms. Yeah, that very well could be ascension symptoms. So always use your discernment, and if you feel the need to go seek medical professional, please do so. But yeah, for some of you, you may be experiencing an ascension flu, it seems like. So flu-like symptoms, body aches, nausea, headache, migraine, sinus issues, abdominal, gastrointestinal issues, dizziness, like any of them. All right, anything that's uncomfortable and not pleasant. If you've been feeling them recently, what's going on is your body is getting used to the new frequencies. So something that's kind of interesting that I've noticed, and I think certain individuals are affected more physically than others. And it's almost like as if your body is trying to catch up with your mind, your heart, and your spirit. So it's like you're mentally and emotionally and at your heart, and spiritually, you're ascended, but maybe your body is still trying to integrate these higher frequencies. Maybe your body isn't used to this energy. So it takes some time for our bodies to acclimate to the new frequencies that we are attuning to. And it can very much feel like death because, like, in a way, anything that's not in alignment with this high frequency is going to be purged from your body. So that can be experienced like body aches and flu-like symptoms, and you might literally be physically purging out this as your body is shifting. So for some of you, you're not dying and you're not sick. You're just ascending, and you are ascending very fast, and your body, it's dense. So it takes a little more time for it to get used to these higher energies. The good thing is, though, if you have recently felt really bad physically, you're going to feel so much better than you even did before these symptoms came up. So it's like, kind of like growing pains or birthing pains. Like it's going to feel worse. It's going to feel more uncomfortable before it feels so much better. Like you're going to feel relief. You're actually going to feel healthier than you were going into it. So I just want to throw that out there. If you are still currently like on the ropes with these ascension symptoms and you're going through it physically, it's not going to last forever, and you will actually feel better. And for some of you, you may already be tapping into new earth or 5D or ascended energies in your dream state. And you may be like, when you first wake up, before you fully wake up, you feel really good because you're still in that energy you were in that dream state. I'm getting this energy of like, don't worry, the rest of the world is about to catch up, your body included. So that may be uncomfortable for a period of time, but you will shift, you will acclimate, you will realign with the new energies, and you will feel better. Okay. Whew. All right. Can we go ahead? Can we just jump right into tarot? Let's see what Spirit would like you to know. Okay. I don't know. New day, new energy, new you, new attitude. This energy kind of feels like I'm not putting up with it anymore. Like I'm not hearing it. I'm not taking it. I'm not listening to it. So I don't know if you have recently like stood your ground with someone or something, but I'm definitely getting the energy of like it's a new day, and in this new day, you aren't hearing it. You aren't listening to it. You aren't taking it. You aren't receiving any of it. You want nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do. Like there's like a very strong, like, don't come with me with that. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to have that conversation with you. I don't want to hear your lies. I don't want to hear your excuses. So I don't know. Maybe someone's being cut and released from your, why is this coming through? Why is this coming through? We got this 4 of Pentacles and we got this 2 of Cups. Damn. This really might be the energy of someone drawing healthier boundaries with your relationships. Okay. All right. What else is this? The Fool reverse. Yeah, this really might be like time to let something go. Okay. Why? We had this Emperor come out reversed. Yeah, this is kind of like, all right, let's just say, for example, you ascended to being a divine feminine energy or a divine masculine energy, or you're balanced in both of them or whatever. And then you realize an individual that was a soulmate or a counterpart or a friendship. It doesn't have to be romantic, but in some kind of way, they were presented as a match for you. You're realizing, this ain't adding up. 2 + 2, this math ain't mathing. So yeah, there really could just been like, you've healed, you've grown, you've ascended past someone, and it's just, there's this healthy understanding of, I just got to let you go. And this would be similar to like, okay, I'm going to use my life experience to relate to this energy. let's say I was at one point in time an addict, and let's say I started to get my life together and I started to get clean and I started to live for different reasons. And let's say a lot of my friends that I had at the time were not making those changes, were not making those decisions. At some point, I'm going to have to either choose. Do I hold on to what I have known? Do I hold on to this social circle? Do I hold on to this network of friends? Or do I let it go and focus on the path that I'm creating for myself? Because at some point in time, I'm going to realize my path is heading in a different direction and they're choosing not to come with. And so I'm guessing at whatever this is, someone is realizing that there are individuals that may no longer be a part of your path, or they need to be let go because they're no longer in alignment with what your path is. And maybe this is a realization that came right after an ascension. Okay. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Okay. So for some of you, this message could have been talking about like your body is getting acclimated to the new frequencies, the new energies, and there may have been a very heavy physical purge. Your body may have been purging. That may have been really heavy on you. For others of you, you may be purging people, places, things, connections, relationships out of your life as well. For some of you, just to throw another like whatever it's called. Okay, I can't even think of it. Confirmation, I guess, would be a word for it. Another confirmation for you guys would be if you had noticed while you were going through this purge or while you were feeling these symptoms, and if you also experienced like past energies kind of come up in your mind. So like this could be like forgotten about memories. This could be emotions that you forgot you felt at a point in time. Like you just randomly remember with quite vivid clarity exactly how you felt that one time when so and so, and it's like, why am I being reminded of this? A lot of stuff is being brought up to the surface and being released. And essentially what it is it's a higher frequency of light. And because this is a higher density, it embodies more dimensions of awareness, this light does. It's going to bring anything to the surface that was previously allowed to hide due to the previous consciousness or perspective. So there's been a shift in your conscious mind as well. So this is going to cause a lot of things to purge. This is a healthy thing. As well, if there's like a minor delay you're experiencing, like there's some kind of abundance or blessings that are supposed to come your way and it hasn't quite came in quite yet, like you haven't seen that ship arrive on the port or on the dock yet, it could be because there's this period of like shift, purge, and cleanse. And for a lot of you, especially if you went through some heavy physical symptoms, this was kind of like the balancing out of how fast you ascended. Because you ascended so fast, to balance that out, you had to experience like a few days of not feeling that great while you bring up all that shadow, all that crud, all the impurities from your body as well. Like it's not just psychological, emotional, and spiritual. It's also like chemical, physical, electronic, even radiation as well. So lots of impurities were coming to the surface. All right. So it seems like there's like a purge getting set. So we got to purge so we can set the realigned stage because there's a new reality coming in. Okay. Also, if you have noticed that the lighting is a little darker in this reading, just be patient. It should only be like this for a reading or two. I'm currently recorded with the power out in half of my house for whatever reason, and maintenance can't get to it till Monday. So it's what it is. I thought that was ironic though, like because I went through like a deathly purge and then now I'm experiencing 3 days of darkness in my house. And I'm like, all right, this is kind of symbolic, but okay, whatever. So yeah, excuse me for my absence. If you've been looking on my channel for new videos and there hasn't been any, I'd just be going through the ascension symptoms too. All right, let's go ahead. What else would you like the collective to know? We've got this 4 of Wands. Something is anchoring in. Something is getting more solid. I feel like you are starting to get footing or ground on your new foundation. There may be something shifting in your home as well. For some of you, this could be actually like abundance coming in so you could make some changes on your home. So I don't know if there's like home improvements. I don't know if there's like little DIY projects that you've been wanting to do. I don't know if there's like decoration or furniture, or if you've been imagining some things you want to do with your home space. I am sensing that there is abundance coming through for you to paint that canvas on your life. You know, you have this, the paint would be your imagination and the canvas would be your life. I'm getting that there's abundance coming in, so you have the capital to put that on actual reality. So yeah, that's cool. It really kind of feels like you're shifting very rapidly, and in order for you to receive this or be in alignment for what all is changing so fast, it's like you got to go through like a death, a purge, an ascension, a cleanse. We got to cut, we got to release. So there's like a powerful transformation taking, excuse me, now I'm getting like burps all of a sudden. So there could just be like a lot of things coming to the surface and being released. Seven of Wands. Okay, this is good because this is, oh, all right. So while this may be, for some of you, while this may be uncomfortable, this is part of the process. And it's actually, the fact that this is happening is kind of proof that your blessings that are coming through are protected. So yeah, there is that energy of like, we got to clear out any impurities before this goodness comes in. So I do like that energy. All right, what else? I do feel like a revitalization, like a healthy, like there's someone's gonna feel better. You're gonna feel healthier. There really may have been like a purge. You may have been like activating a new strand of DNA, and that might have felt like hell. And I've given this download before, and I related to, at the time, I used the imagery of those of you that have seen like cinema films of werewolves and how they illustrate the transformation of going from man to werewolf being extremely painful. And I kind of imagine and relate ascension being that way too in many ways, especially when we are literally evolving into a more complex, advanced organism. I mean, we are evolving into a new species. So yeah, I would imagine some of that isn't necessarily pleasant. And then I was also reminded, you know, I wonder what the caterpillar feels inside the chrysalis. Like, does that feel good or does that hurt? I don't know. I've never been one, but like I would imagine there might be parts of that that don't feel good or aren't comfortable, or, you know, so there's this energy of like reassurance from spirit, letting you know everything is in perfect timing, everything is in alignment, and everything is going according to plan. And you know, sometimes when we receive that message from spirit, when it's like, oh, everything's great, it's going according to plan, you'd be like, what plan? We're going according to what plan, spirit? I got all these unfulfilled manifestations, all these unanswered prayers, all these loose ends, all these struggles, all these debts, all these bills, all these mouths to feed. What plan is it going according to? Have patience. Have patience, have faith. All right. It's all serving a purpose, and it's for your betterment, and it's going to be worth it. Like I said, many of you are going to feel a lot better on the other side of this transformation than you did even leading up to the beginning of feeling the onset of these uncomfortable symptoms. All right. Anything else you would like the collective to know? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the universe, and the Wheel of Fortune. So tell me that you aren't closing out major cycles and embarking on new ones, because that's pretty much what that is. All right. So basically anything that's not in alignment has to go. And now when I say anything, I mean anything. And for some of you, you don't have a choice. Spirit is dragging your ass on the path. Like I'm really kind of seeing like, like spirit's really dragging someone on the path. Like you're taking this path. Oh my goodness. So yeah, for some of you, there just might be things that have to be released, whether you want to or not. It's part of the path. It's part of where you're headed. It's part of what you signed up for. But this is temporary, and this too will pass, and it'll get easier on you. Okay. We got the 10 of Pentacles, and then we got this strength, and this strength came out reversed. Why is this strength coming out reversed? The devil. So the devil is losing power in your life. And I felt like this energy of like this purge and this cleansing and this releasing you may be going through before these blessing comes in is showing me how protected this blessing or this answer to your prayer is, because we first have to, it's like we're starving the devil out of your life. Any area in your life where the devil has been feeding, we're going to starve it. We're going to starve it until it is so weak it can't even stay there anymore. And then now when it is completely weak and conquered and eradicated and removed from your life, then this 10 of Pentacles comes in. Abundance is a frequency, y'all. Abundance is a frequency. There isn't like a magical spell you can do to get abundance. There isn't like some key wording in a prayer to do. It's really a frequency. You got to heal to be abundant. So if you are asking for massive abundance, then Spirit's going to be like, okay, then you're going to go through a massive healing. And it's kind of like that, that download I gave not too many readings ago, where I said, you may have asked Spirit for, abundance and success and forward movement. And Spirit's like, okay, I'll give you that. But first, you're going to go through 3 to 6, 9 months of stagnancy, delays, isolation, and purging. And it really is. It's the inner world. The inner world has to be in alignment with the outer world we desire. So you can put that intention out there all you want, but until your inner world matches it, you won't experience it. And that's why I felt this energy of like, for some of you, you're almost getting dragged on the path. It's like, no, you asked for this. This is what you wanted. Now you're going to go through the purge. You're going to go through the ascension. You're going to go through the healing so you can have what you asked for. I don't know. It's kind of, it's a funny energy, but either way, it's all love. It's all love, and it's what you're wanting, and it's to help you. It's to help you. So anything that's uncomfortable, you're not dying, you're not sick, I don't think, unless you really think you need to go see a medical professional, then do so. But ascension, I really do feel like this, for the next like portion of this year, we might see an increase of individuals checking themselves into the emergency room, checking themselves into hospitals or clinics, trying to seek what's going on with me medically. And all it really is their bodies are ascending. They're releasing, their DNAs are opening up and expanding. And so, yeah, that may not be the most comfortable thing to go through, but it is for your benefit. Okay, so now we have this like story of purging and healing and cleansing and releasing, because we have this like blessing that's on its way. Anything else you would like the collective to know? We've got this Ace of Wands. There could be some kind of new creativity or passion that's going to bring you a lot of success, or there's some kind of new success coming in for a creativity or passion that you have already put time and energy into. So that may resonate differently for some of you. But with this Page of Wands coming out here, I don't know, this very well could be something new, something fresh. We also got this Eight of Pentacles coming out reverse. Why is this Eight of Pentacles coming out reverse? We got this Two of Pentacles. Okay. So there may be something within your pride that this is like there's like a part within you that's not in alignment with this creativity. So how would this look? Okay, let's say I have an inner child that's very creative and wants to express my creativity with paint and canvas, but then let's say I have a adult construct ego within me that's like, it has to be perfect, it has to be scientific, it has to be mathematic, the vantage point needs to be right, everything has to be parallel, I got to get my gradients of fading correct and shading. And it's like, all right, well, while that might have been beneficial at one point, it might actually be hindering this inner child that's wanting to come out and paint this picture without limitations, without having to reach checkpoints or check all the boxes. Like, all right, get out the way, ego, and just let the fire come out and play. So I am kind of getting this energy of there may be something within your own pride, within your own ego that may need to be looked at, because it may be getting in the way with your creativity. This could be perfectionism. This could be whatever this may be, but it's something within you that would get in the way with this creativity, that would cause a block. And I also am feeling that a lot of what we are shifting into is, we're going to see a shift in humanity. And I know there's just a disclaimer for you guys that care about the world events and the way things are going. I want you to understand that all timelines are available. So even if you sense, see, perceive a potential timeline, that doesn't mean you have to feed into it with your consciousness. You can choose to attune yourself to a higher, more favorable timeline. So yes, the lower, not so great ones do exist, but the higher ones do too. So let's use our sovereignty and navigate the one we want to experience. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there. But one of the things that we are going to see kind of shift in humanity as a society is what we consider to be work and what kind of work is rewarded. And that's part of the reason why we see a lot of things collapsing and being exposed, and like previous celebrities don't have the glitz and glamour that they used to, because now we know all the skeletons in their closet. They're not superhuman anymore. They're just dark and gross and abuse their power. So, as we shift, especially like the technological advancement, the boom, that's going to change the work market a lot anyways. So anyways, getting back to like why I brought all this up is, we are going to see that a lot of the work that is promoted, that is abundant, that is lucrative, that is fulfilling, is creative based. It's going to be creative based. Creativity. Think about it. Can an AI be creative? They might be able to replace a lot of things with robots, okay? But they can't replace that creativity. They can't replace that imagination. That is something that comes from God. That's something you can't replace. You can't machine that. You can't compute that. There's no algorithm for that. So, in one way, it's really going to put in contrast what makes us so unique. So I think that's cool. There's a really good chance for a big step forward in humanity's ascension if you choose the right timeline. There are other ones out there. We're not talking about them. All right. So it seems like if you do whatever that was, I was getting in the way, this could just be, your grown ego getting in the way with the more innocent, pure, limitless self. Okay. We've got the magician coming through. So yeah, it definitely seems like you actually have everything you need to get this this passion or this creativity off the ground or get it started. There could just be something within you that might need, and I can relate to this a lot. I mean, you have no idea how many times my work has experienced delays simply because of how I perceive myself. Simply because of how I'm critiquing, like being a critic to myself or whatever it may be. And now my work's not even being produced. It's not being put out there. So yeah, there could be like a level of just let go and let it come out and flow. And you might be pleasantly surprised. I don't know. Maybe there's some Bob Ross energy in here that needs to come out. Like there's only happy little accidents, no mistakes. We got the Hermit. So yeah, everything you need is within you. And maybe that's why so much is shifting. All right. So what else would you like the collective to know? Seven of Pentacles. And then Judgment. So you know that there is something coming through too. So this is like, I feel like a few different things are coming in. So like you have ships that are coming in. You're also purging and getting ready for more ships to come in. There's something that you've been working on that is going to bring in abundance. There's also something else that you feel within that. So like, I feel like there's a lot of manifesting going on. And that's what a lot of this reading kind of seems to be, is a little bit of like a spiritual health checkup. Like, hey, where are you at right now in your little journey of you manifesting all of this and balancing all this out? And how can you move forward? So what advice do you have for the collective then? Since it seems like they're balancing a lot. I mean, they're going through like a purge, an ascension, a clearing, a healing. Also while like cutting and releasing things from their lives. I mean, they're holding the vision of previous manifestations, also like receiving downloads of new things coming in. So what advice do you have for the collective with all this going on? Strength. Be patient, be strong, have faith. Keep going, All right. Yeah, Two of Cups. Strong and Two of Cups. So like committed. Be strong and committed to it. Be strong and committed to it. Be strong and committed to whatever your goal is or whatever your manifestation is. Okay. And for someone, this won't be for everyone, but I kind of just got the energy of like, get out your head because you're not actually stuck. You already are the emperor. Okay. All right. And now we've got the emperors coming out right after I picked up on that emperor energy. And there's this change. Okay. You know what I really feel like is like you might be going through like a bit of hell because your life is about to change in miraculous levels. So it's like you are really you have manifested heaven into your life. And it's like you might really be going through a death, a rebirth, a renewal just to even receive this new life you've manifested. So I just see a lot of powerful changes ahead of you. I'm getting the energy of, be strong, have faith, have confidence, be committed to yourself, be committed to your path, be committed to your goals, your dreams, your manifestations. They are coming. You are working through this. If you're experiencing a lot of symptoms, it's all part of the process. Just know you are right where you need to be. Things are going according to plan. Things are in alignment and a lot of good things are coming. If things are difficult right now, don't let that dishearten you. And I think that's a lot of what this message is that someone's life is about to get so exceptionally blessed in so many ways. And it might be like a little difficult or a little dark right before you pop through on the other side of this miracle of your life. And I want to make sure you don't lose hope. I don't want you to lose hope. I don't want you to lower your vibration. I don't want you to assume anything other than great things for yourself, because that's what I see is great things for yourself. You're just going through a transformation. There may be a lot of things purging and being released and brought to the surface. So that way you are ready for this blessing to come through. All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you on the next collective message.